All right, Team Thursday workout coming in for this week. We are AMRAP 10 to start. So 10 minutes of as many rounds as possible. You have your distances to start on your calories or meters for the assault bike, the bike erg, and the rower. So choose wisely and adjust as needed. From there, we're going to do some banded kickbacks. So getting the band to go around the kind of ankles or mid-shin. It can go up a little bit higher to kind of shorten that lever system. Our goal here is to start getting some glute activation both in the stability leg and the kickback leg. Typically my athletes, I like a handheld assist or even a post or something like a dowel is a good option. And then we're just kicking back at a little bit of an angle, of an X angle, and trying to get those glutes to really kick on and fire. I'm going to go for about 10 to 15 reps on my right, a little micro bend, switch sides, and then kick back on the other side. So again, a little flex of the knee, trying to get those glutes to really fire. A yellow, green, blue would be the heaviest that anybody really needs to do. I care about range of motion and control and stability. Then I care about the amount of resistance that they get. From there, we're going to go into some retro single leg split stance X chop. So retro just means one leg back. Split stance means, as it sounds, a split stance. So when I say split stance or retro, that means you have the choice. You can keep your athlete's split stance or put them in a retro position. We're just challenging the single leg stability. The single leg stability is going to be challenged whether it's with a light toe touch, the foot back on a box, or we start doing true single leg exercises with no secondary contact support. So we're going to go into 10 retro or single leg split stance X chops, meaning that I'm going to come across my body. So I'm going to have one leg back. I'm going to start at my shoulder and I'm going to come across my body, putting the ball into my pocket, going into a nice deep single leg split squat, and then up to the shoulder and back down. So almost like a Bulgarian split squat, but we're adding a rotational component to it instead of focusing on just that single heavy up and down. You're going to do 10 either same side or opposite side chops. Same side would mean I'm chopping towards the leg that's out in front of me. Opposite side would mean chopping towards the inside of the leg out in front of me. So interchange those as you would like to as a coach. But again, we're just focusing on good core activation, that transverse abdominis, and then focusing again on some single leg balance, stability, and some control. Once we complete there, we'll go into our overhead dumbbell matrix, which will be a set of dumbbells alternating our forward, our side, and our back diagonals. Each time around is considered one. You're going to do 5 on each side, and then move on, repeating for the next 10 minutes. This is going to lead us into our second workout for the day. And again, everybody is doing sweat this week. There is no perform option. We want people to have a little bit of a break in terms of the volume of heavy. And now we're going to see, you can argue a little bit more volume in the terms of time. Okay, that doesn't mean they need to go super heavy or super fast, but we want them to be challenged in a little bit differently this week so that we get into our 1 rep and 2 rep max testing the following week. We're not overly fatigued. So this one you're going to see in AMRAP 25. You are going to have a buy-in each round. Okay, the buy-ins options are written there. 1,000 meter bike erg, 400 meter run, 500 meter row. Depending on your athlete, you're looking at about 2 to 2.5 minutes per round of cardio there. Okay, if they're getting more than 2 to 2.5 minutes, cut their cardio down a bit and try to find a range that keeps them around that 2 to 2.5 minute mark per round of cardio. Otherwise, in this workout, they'll end up just spending a bunch of time on the cardio and we won't get the work in that we want to go along with it. As that's being said, you can see as you look down, we're going to go from 1 round of our 1,000 meter bike erg, run, or row into 1 round of some kettlebell work. That kettlebell work is going to consist of a little bit of a complex in terms of movements. It's not the most flow complex of a kettlebell that we can get, but this one's still a pretty fun one to get the legs pumping. So we're going to start with 3 squat cleans followed by some alternating lunges. So for our squat cleans, for this one, we're going to do a bilateral pull. We're going to go up, full extension of the hips, catch that kettlebell into a full squat, stand, hands go back down, touch the floor, explosive, and I'm going to do that 3 times. Followed by some lunges. Now, as you can see, the lunges are written as alternating. I put any direction. So in terms of they can do retro lunges 4 total, not each leg. They can do lateral lunges. They can do crossover curtsy lunges. They can come across the body this way. Again, as long as you're getting 4 on each side. Once I complete my lunges, I'm going to go into my 5 sumo deadlift high pulls. So right from my lunges to my squat to leg drive, letting those arms really pull that kettlebell up. And then I'm going to finish with 6 kettlebell swings. The goal here is that the athletes are finding a kettlebell weight that they can use consistently throughout the workout. They shouldn't be doing a kettlebell swing with one really heavy weight and then doing their high pulls with another weight and then their lunges. Try to find a weight that's more challenging for them to keep for the entire workout, meaning it might be easier to do the lunges than it is to do the swings or vice versa. Be selective as a coach. Don't let them try to go super light for something if they're going super heavy for another movement that complements that same movement. Let's get our athletes confident to be going through different movements at different weights and at different speeds and intensities. Once I complete one round of that work, I'm going to go back to my cardio, and then I'm going to come back and complete 2 rounds of that kettlebell complex. Then I'm going to go back and do my cardio, and then complete 3 rounds, cardio 4 rounds, cardio 5 rounds, and so on until that 25 minutes is up. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Have fun with it. Make some adjustments in the warm-ups as you need to. Otherwise, enjoy the workout.